We hope you had a happy and safe 4th of July. If you were up in Bangor and you saw the parade, you might have spotted Congressman Poliquin accompanying some World War II veterans. Not only were these men veterans, but they were also survivors of Pearl Harbor. Very cool. 4th of July is a great day to remember our veterans and the people who serve our country. Of course, the biggest news to come out this past week was the signing of the budget, putting an end to the 3-day government shutdown. The new biennial budget has eliminated the business and job-killing 3% surtax, and we know this couldn't have been done without Governor LePage and the Maine House Republicans standing strong against liberal special interest groups and the unions. Of course, many people referred to this budget as the education budget because of the many reforms that it contained. Reforms like reducing funding earmarked for superintendents and central system administration to support more funding for poor and rural schools and directing funds into the classroom. And requiring school districts to put more of the money they spend into the classroom, increasing from the current average of only 59 cents on every dollar to 61 cents by 2018 and 70 cents over the next 5 years. We've also previously told you about the Embrace initiative. Well, this budget will provide $5 million per year for incentive grants that will enable school districts to reduce cost through regional partnerships, building upon an effort at the Department of Education that is already saving taxpayers over $20 million. The biennial budget also adds $162 million in additional education funding from the state, with the requirement that 50% of these funds be used to reduce the contribution from property taxpayers. And it will double the amount of authorized funding for regional high school construction, incorporating career and technical education and higher education in one building serving multiple school districts. Funding will also be increased to the university system and the Maine Community College system and Maine Maritime Academy, helping to keep the cost of tuition affordable. This budget also contains significant government reforms, eliminating about 200 positions from DHHS. There are also welfare reforms, like making felons who have been convicted of violent crimes and sexual assault ineligible for SNAP if they are not in full compliance with their sentence, parole, probation, or are a fleeing felon. It will also require the use of electronic matching systems to verify the income, assets, and residency of applicants for public benefits. And it will require photo IDs on EBT cards in statute, not just rule. Many of these reforms were reforms that Governor LePage had in his RISE Act. We've been asking Senator King and Congresswoman Pingree for months what their plan to fix Obamacare is, and so far we've heard nothing. In a just-released video, the RNC highlights Democrat officials talking about how the Obamacare system is broken and nothing on how to fix it. Check it out.
And my view is that the Affordable Care Act has problems. Deductibles are too high. Co-payments are too high. We have to address that.
I've been saying we've got to fix what's broken.
I'm willing to look at replacing, repairing, doing anything that we can to make it better.
For years now, we have said we need to make improvements to the Affordable Care Act, to Obamacare.
There are problems with ACA.
So you've got this crazy system where all of a sudden 25 million more people have health care, and then the people are out there busting it sometimes 60 hours a week, wind up with their premiums doubled and their coverage cut in half. It's the craziest thing in the world.
The onus also on Democrats, what are they going to do to fix the existing plan?
Right, and they haven't offered any solutions.
Would it be smart for Democrats to offer their own alternatives, their own fixes to Obamacare now and try to bring Republicans on board?
That's a very good point.
There seems to have been this resistance for Democrats to get more involved.
Do you share part of the burden for a failure to improve Obamacare?
Why aren't you working to fix this rather than just saying no?
Seattle was the first city in the country to raise its minimum wage to $15 an hour. And now a study commissioned by the City of Seattle is finding that that new law could actually be hurting workers. The law has also cost the city 5,000 jobs so far, says the report. They have found that there's been a 9% reduction in hours and a $125 cut to the monthly paychecks. This is not good news for the City of Seattle, and unfortunately, if we keep raising minimum wage laws across the country, we'll be seeing a lot more of this. Thank you for watching this episode of News You Can Trust. If you liked this video, please make sure to share it on social media, especially Facebook. Also, if you would like to keep News You Can Trust going, please go to MaineGOP.com/donate and make a small donation. I know I'm not a reporter, but you can trust me.